All right, so we're at day 17 of my 30-day ice bath challenge, and I'm gonna do one more cold plunge here in the tub, and then I'm gonna get back out onto the deck because the weather here in Minnesota is still pretty nice, and so I want to take advantage of that before it gets really cold. And we're at a temperature, water temperatures at 51 degrees. So, all right, I'm gonna jump in. So as I kind of surf the net and look at what, other people are doing in the ice baths and the cold plunges, there's a lot of questions being asked, and that's one thing I want to keep this community open to asking questions and actually just open discussion. A lot of people are trying this for the first time, and there's new experiences. I think people just want to know, hey, if I'm going to do this, what am I going to get out of it? And what are some immediate, benefits you're going to get, long-term benefits, and a lot of the questions I saw were, around when you first start out, doing your ice baths, and ultimately, a lot of it comes down to is, listen to your body. When you first start out, they say just don't push it, because obviously you need to look at the temperature, time, but you also need to see how you feel right afterwards, maybe a couple hours later, depending on when you do it, later in the evening, and even the next day. You want to see how you're feeling, and obviously if you're feeling good, and keep on with your path, or maybe take a day off, but one of the things is temperature. I've talked about this before, but starting out between 50 and 60 degrees is a great temperature to start at. Even closer to 60, I think, like this bath water, I think I had said was somewhere in the mid 50s, probably closer to 60, and that was extremely comfortable. Another area is how long you stay in here. They recommend anywhere from, say, 2 to 10 minutes. If it's a lot, just try to get to that 2-minute, low end. And if you get out before that, doesn't matter. It's all about taking those steps, and really just kind of taking those steps and just making sure that it's the right thing for you. Because one of the big things you see out there is make sure you consult with your physician before you do any of this, because they say if you have any kind of heart conditions that this definitely is not the thing to do. Another thing they mentioned is just make sure you have, somebody nearby if something does happen, but I obviously haven't had any issues with it, but it's good to have, somebody in close vicinity of what you're doing, and and really the big thing for me is just establishing that routine. When you say you have a morning routine, or maybe you have an evening routine after work, take your dog for a walk, or maybe lift some light weights, and then and they say that the best time to do this is after the workout. So it's good to finish it off and just let those muscle that they talk about muscle soreness and letting your muscles repair. And so that's one of the kind of the big areas, at least for me anyway, is sore muscles, sore joints, and then the more active I get now is muscle recovery. And one of the other points that came, I think people think after they do the ice bath or the cold plunge that you want to jump into a hot shower. Well, really what you should do is slowly warm up. Whether you have a towel off and put on a sweatshirt and some sweatpants or whatever, go outside into the sun and warm up. They just said it's good to just let your body naturally warm up, and then later take that shower. So there's a lot of steps you should take when starting out, and then gradually you can get comfortable with it, increase your time, lower the temperature, and continue to see all the benefits. So, but like I said earlier, I like to keep this as a kind of an open community, and ask questions, and hopefully people within the group as well will answer questions, and and potentially start their own challenge. I did 30 days, which is a long time, and it's you know, I'm busy and sometimes it's hard to fit it into the schedule, but I'm really glad I'm doing it. But start with 7 days, you know, start with 3 days, you know, just take those baby steps. But yeah, so that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and see you next time.